Hey everyone, this is episode 72 of Noodle Time. Welcome back. Here with me, as always, is my main man. Already clinched the Western Conference final. Since first time since 2017, I'm still amazed. But yeah, here's my main man, OSG. How's it going, sir?
What's up, brother? Man? Whew. Exciting friggin' times in H-Town. Exciting friggin' times. There's always a playoff team in Houston right now. There's always a playoff team in Houston. That's what the best thing is about Houston. Sports town. What's up? So soccer's coming back to the town. The fans will be back. The fans will catch on board soon. So I appreciate the ride to Houston this weekend. Really do appreciate that. But the game, bro, was just a friggin' blast. Enjoy. Uh, just had a blast, bro. Man, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Man, just lots to talk about today, honestly. There's just being in Houston for that game, a Sunday night, and with almost a sold out crowd. First time I've seen the stadium that packed in a while. It's been insane. But here with us tonight to talk about it, of course, is Herman. How's it going, sir?
It is going well. It is good to see both of y'all's faces this late in the year. So it is going excellent.
No, yeah, like we were. I do recall before the break, when we advanced to the semifinal. I was like, I hope this game is on a Sunday because I already had a commitment I couldn't miss on Saturday, and I was so happy it was on Sunday. Even though it's gonna be a bit of a headache for me to uh, drive to Houston and back pretty late, but I had to do it. I did it, and I did.
You're
I did
awake.
give
You
that.
survived.
I was awake and I did survive, thankfully, because whenever you're stuck on 290 that whole time, it feels like you're stuck in a time loop, and it feels like you've been driving for an hour or two, but you still have 3 hours left in the road. So, but yeah,
Bro,
it was something for sure.
today, Tony, our old Noodle Time buddy, even said he did the drive from Dallas and he showed up right at game time and then left right after the game. So he did the drive there, saw the game, and then drove right back. And he went to work this morning and he's like, he's feeling it. And then the other guy that comes here from Austin that works at St. Ed's, he said the same thing. Bro, they said, I don't know how the hell I do it, bro. And uh, it's just it's a long story. That's for damn sure, bro. And so that's why I said I really appreciate you driving this time and
Yeah,
getting me back to my house. I'm sorry you still had an extra 30-minute drive after you dropped me off, which sucks because I know you dropped me off pretty late. But you know what? In the end, it was worth it. We won. It wasn't a freaking loss drive back. So shout out to everybody. I mean, in the tailgate prior to the game, we met a guy from Corpus who drove up with his son and enjoyed the game. Everybody showed up to this game. Everybody. There's nobody was left out of the blue this time. Everybody showed up to the game, and you could see it in the stadium. It wasn't quite a sellout, but it was 20 plus. Official number was 20. I'm not going to give you the exact number. It was 20 plus. It was 20.3 or whatever. So it was a good showing. We're about 800 short of a sellout, but you looking for an open seat was hard. And shoot, the supporter section, I didn't have room. I did not have elbow room. I just had room to drink my beer, and that was it.
no, yeah, the official attendance. I do have the numbers right here with me. It was listed as 20,319, so it was pretty
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
But like you said, it looked pretty packed, pretty much like the most it's been this year, and the team needed it. And just going back to what was said about the fans coming in, like people from all places showed up for this game, and I saw on Twitter that someone from San Diego in California went to Houston for this game, and I was like, okay, that's insane. Like I hope you flew in for that one, but yeah, it's just insane how Dynamo fans from however many years they've been following this team, they're still right now getting that trust again, like for like the past 10 years of sadness that it's been, and it they're coming back. They're noticing, like even the casual sports fans in the city, they're noticing as well. It's kind of like what happened in 2017, but like I'm so happy with like how things are at right now. Obviously, the win speaks volumes as to how the team has been progressing this year, but like this was a massive win. Like nobody expected Houston to be like this far into the playoffs.
Ted Siegel, aka Daddy Ted, is our hero for buying the friggin' team and taking the man whose name we'll not mention and just taking it from those people, both of them. Like get rid of them, and then hiring Pat Onstad and Asher Mendelson have been a blessing. A blessing. I'm not gonna say a blessing in disguise because they were just straight up blessing and did the work and have earned it. Earned every moment. Trust the process was the key words at the beginning. And boy, the fans who didn't are catching up soon because they're believing now. And for those who did, thank you for trusting the process. It works. And Ben Olsen, I mean, he's probably the biggest one that was in question of all from everybody who questioned the moment that he was hired, like, oh, why this guy, and to tell the truth, we kind of analyzed it or dynalytic and said Ben Olsen's 11 years, bro. The first year some dude got fired and he was hired on, so that year doesn't count. And then his last year he was fired early, so that year doesn't count. Of the other 9 years, he was in the playoffs 6 times. One of the 3 years that he wasn't, he had three entire wins, finishing last place, but he won the Open Cup. So like, yeah, he's got something. He is a coach, and he's even said it in his press conference before. Like he didn't have what he has now, and he's barely been here. He was there for 10 friggin' years, and he already mentioned that he didn't have what he has now, and he's only been here not even a whole year, bro. I mean, well, I guess technically he's been here 365 plus days now since he was hired at this point prior, last year, but dang, bro, what he's done with this team, what Pat and Asher have done with this team, and there's still more to come. Interesting,
Yeah,
interesting. But you know what? We can't go to the off season yet. We still got more to come, bro. Still got more to come.
yeah, it's a remarkable turnaround, Andres and OSG, and like you said, all three parties are involved. But two things are very apparent when you talk to all three of the main characters. One is they're in sync. I'm talking about Pat, Ben, and Asher. They're in sync in what they want to build, right? So Ben is pretty adamant about the winners they want to bring in and the culture, and that's the thing. That's what you sense most talking about with Ben Olsen. He cares about the culture. He implements a belief and more of a swagger into the players that, hey, feel the disrespect and bottle it in and then go put that on the pitch, right? Um, I like I have no problem admitting I didn't like the hire, but that attitude, that nastiness, and I think now looking back at it, bring the nasty is probably the right term. Is what Ben Olsen brings, right? His defense mindset is implemented into this squad, and that's why we were able to keep a clean sheet yesterday. But the cool thing about Ben Olsen, and he admits it, is that he's kind of let his team, like Ache take a little bit of the reins, and you can see that in the front in the attack, right? Ache Coco kind of dictates. So it's very apparent the swagger that he's implemented on the squad. It's good to see the front office in sync because that's what you want. And like you said, Daddy Ted does what a great leader does, which is give credit. First of all, delegate. Hires people who know what they're doing. Second of all, delegate. Doesn't get in the way, just provides the resources. And third of all, yesterday after the game, he credits them instantly. Right? He takes none of the credit. He gives the credit where the credit is due. And a bonus is, like you said, new fans are coming on. Pat Onstad was seen before the game with fans in the tailgate, but that's nothing new to us because he's done that throughout the year, right? But for the new fans that are coming on board, they're starting to see the change that's been going on this year. So the remarkable in a year has been fantastic. I think it's remarkable. And like Andres touched on, for those people traveling from out of state, for those traveling 3-4 hours away from Houston, it makes that travel worth it, right? That's all you can ask for as a fan.
Look at Foxtrot right now, bro. Looks good. We it ain't even been a whole 24 hours since we got home. Man, looks like you did yesterday before we got to the game. So
No, yeah, it was literally all it took was a power nap after work today because like I thought I was gonna be kind of dead at work today, but thankfully I made it through, and I was able to take a power nap before this, so that's
at least you
great.
have
And
a desk and a chair.
oh yeah, and the wind definitely helps, So
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
that's pretty much half the battle. But yeah, I feel
Motivation
like it's time
station.
to yeah. No, yeah, especially like I do stand in between episodes, so like for me it's useful. But yeah, I like to sit a lot though. But but yeah, I feel like it's time to talk about the game here because we won it.
We want it, bro. Tell us about it. Let's go. Start it up, bro. Start it up. Where you want to go
Well,
with this?
we can probably start with the lineup because that's the easiest part since nothing changed here. And
Done.
I mean,
Done.
it is expected. Like this team has been playing so well, like the way they have been, and how the adjustments were made in the second half for substitutions. It's kind of been the same, really. Like not specific as substitutions, but rather trying to address like the second half, how they want to approach things. But yeah, like for me, I was expecting the lineup to remain the same, and it was pretty much just that. Not much to complain about, really. Like everyone's been playing, they've been bowling out. The one thing I wanted to highlight for sure was like Quinones was all over this game, man. Like Quinones destroyed his marker on the wing. Like I was surprised. Like what is his name? Jake Davis. That's the name of the fullback that was covering him. I was surprised like Jake Davis like stayed that long because I thought for sure it's gonna come out early in the second half. Like he did end up coming off in the second half, at the 84th minute, so it was kind of late already. But yeah, like I'm only saying that because Quinones was just blasting past him every single time, and he was having a difficult time covering him. And Quinones could have like a couple of goals in the first 20 minutes too. Like, and I was also impressed by that. And unfortunately, shots went wide or like pretty wide in a couple of instances. But yeah,
Bro,
it's just
the way the game started, like first two
yeah,
minutes of the game, KC had the first opportunity, and that dude up the right wing, I think it was Escobar who fell down, and then he kept
Yeah.
dribbling, and then he cut two defenders, and he's in the box, and he's on the wrong foot though. And he doesn't take a very good shot at all. But he hits it right at Steve, and I guess the ball bounced right before Steve like made the save, and it deflected out in front, and Steve was lucky enough to pounce on it because there was a guy right there, but there was also a defender there too. So I don't know how that would have played out, but I mean that was 2 minutes into the game, like boom, boom, bang, bang. But like you said, Quinones, right after that, he answered three straight times in a row, and it was from minute 4 to minute 17 or whatever, or three straight times in a row where he was giving the ball on the wing. The first one he took the guy on and took a shot, and he kept it low, but it was out wide. The second one was on target, and the keeper made the save, but he parried it out, and Baird was right there, and Baird hit it back in, but there was a damn defender on the goal line, and the defender knocked it out and saved the goal, and they were saved for that. And then the third one, the ball was deflected from a defender and fell right to Quinones in the box, and he took another shot and straight out. So it was just Quinones, man, has been a blessing in disguise for the season. And we got 5 years with him. He's not going to make it 5 years, bro. Someone's going to come a calling, and someone's going to pay for his ass. But for now, And there was actually a couple times I was like, he got the ball, and it's just him and the defender, like, take him on, before the second defender comes, and he didn't take him on a couple times. So I was like, he's stalling a little bit, but I think he's just waiting for people to catch up to him and get in the box. And so, yeah, they see the game different than when we're like in the stands, like, go, 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 like shit. But bro, you're right, Quinones, man.
When Dinamico interviewed Quinones earlier in the season, my my want or my desire was for him to show what OSG is saying, right? Like take on players or take the shot on goal. And that's what he did yesterday. We know he can outpace anybody on that wing, right? We know that. But take on people or look for the pass or take a shot, and he's doing that, and that'll take his game to the next level. Those three opportunities, one was on target. The save was tremendous because that was going to the bottom of that post. The goalkeeper made a great save. So I'm excited to see the development of Quinones, and we're here witnessing hand first.
And last comment on Quinones, unless you have another one, Fox, is there a rumor kind of popped up like after we signed him to the 5-year deal that somebody came a calling, and no official offer was made, but somebody from the Premier League came a calling. Like I said, no offer was made, but you know they Quinones is being seen. And then to add the endorsement of the Dynamo to the Colombian national team, so he's going to play for the Olympic team. I believe he's going to play. I don't know if it's been official or not from the Colombian side of it, but Houston Dynamo endorsed it, and why not, bro? He's been something special, and he's a threat. He is a threat, bro. So proud of him for what he's doing, and he's so young, and he's got a lot more to give and a lot more to prove. Obviously, he's got a lot more to prove because there's times he forgets the ball when he's dribbling, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, and if it hasn't been made official yet, so we'll have to wait like through December, maybe early January, to find out if that's going to be the case. But a few fans are a little bit concerned about it, only because of the potential of missing out on the CONCACAF Champions Cup, the first round at least, because the tournament runs through I believe it's through early February as well. So he'll probably miss the first couple of days of the first round. So there's that to keep in mind. But obviously, if he is called up, obviously that means he earned it. So
That's
definitely
where
not.
our off
Yeah.
season will be something special. We have a few spots open. There might be another DP added. There'll be 200 grand added to the salary cap. So we got room to work. So we got time. Yeah, bro. Throw the money. We got time to make up for it and prepare for it and be ready for it. And we'll see what happens. But that'll be for another episode as we go through the off season, and we talk about what happens and who comes in and who goes out and blah blah blah. But right now, continue with your thoughts, sir.
Oh yeah, just going back to the game, like just from the start, like, and I've said it pretty much like this whole year, like even when Kansas City was last place in the West, this is a very good team, and they proved it like in the later half of the season because they were literally sitting in the cellar of the Western Conference, and at one point, like heading through decision day, they were the hottest team in MLS almost, and they showed it. They showed it against the first seed in the West, being St. Louis. They beat them not in the 3 games in the first round. They beat them in 2 games. So they literally scored 7 goals in St. Louis, the best team in the Western Conference, and took care of business back at home to seal it to move on to the semifinal. This team is dangerous. They have Peter Vermees, which is a coach that is highly respected and has seen a lot. And he knew the approach right away, how to get into this game, and it's kind of similar to what he has been doing against St. Louis and in the past few games before then. And it's pretty much catching everyone by surprise. And the one thing that really caught my attention was just the fact that like each of the players knew where the ball was trying to go, or they was trying to like keep this kind of pressure to like whenever like each time one player was about to get the ball like from a pass, they were pushing right away. They were trying to like push the Dynamo to force mistakes, and they were able to force turnovers for sure. And there were a few opportunities that they were able to almost get a goal in the back of the net if it wasn't for like the defense or Steve. And it's been pretty much like that throughout the game, honestly. So they came prepared. They knew what they were. They knew the game plan, but like the thing that kept Houston in the game was just the passing. Like it was perfect. This is probably like the best game I've seen when it comes to passing, because like obviously this team is going to keep the ball and pass it in between as much as possible. But I felt like in this game they were on top of the ball, and they had that final touch that's been missing for like those games that it didn't feel like they had possession properly. So like I really like this game, like was perfect for the Dynamo. Like obviously they got the clean sheet here, but it felt it was really close. And obviously we can get into the penalty thing and other opportunities for Kansas City, but yeah, like
Well,
it's great this game for Dynamo.
even Ben said in the press conference, like he was curious as to what SKC's game was going to be when the game started, and then once the game started, he kind of could tell where their line was going to be and how they were going to play, and so it was more in favor of the Dynamo to play their game, and obviously and when you go look at the stats, every stat is in our favor. I mean, literally every stat is in our favor. Possession, everything, and you could see it during the game, the possession, and even when SKC was pressing, the way to beat the press is those one-touch passes, and that's the tiki taka that we are used to. And so we were able to get around SKC a lot. And like you said, SKC, when they did win those moments, their shots weren't on target, but they were dangerous at the same time. They were close. They made Steve react. And there's a couple of times you're like, dude, is that on target? Oh crap! Well, but Steve made the effort, so I don't know if it was on target. Would Steve made the save, or would that still got in? It was close. So thank God, like they weren't on target. And it goes back and forth because Dynamo targets shots weren't on target either. They were close. They were threatful. They just weren't close. And it took what 38, 30, 30, 36 minutes until finally there was an actual threat that was in the back of the net. Mm, 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 mm. But it was it was a good game, and it was going back and forth, and like I wrote in Fox in the Box before I even like went through the details of the game, dude. This is going to be a dogfight. An old rival of ours. We've won our last, or we're unbeaten in our last 10 home games, unbeaten in our last 7 games. Period. Our last loss was to SKC in Kansas City 2-1. They're unbeaten in 5 games. Like you said, beat St. Louis in the playoffs in 2 games, not 3. Really killed them killed them in both places, to tell you the truth. Like you said, 7 goals, 4-0 and 3-1, I think. But so SKC's definitely a threat. It's an old rival. So, dude, that was a dog fight, expected and ready for. And at the end of the game, I mean, the scoreline even said it was a dog fight. Both teams brought it. At least it didn't get into the tension part of the game where everybody was fighting with each other. So we stayed out of that moment. But man, enjoyed it. Enjoyed the game, and so. I guess we're to the point where finally somebody scored, right?
Yeah, Escobar.
Off a Hector Herrera left-footed in-swinging corner kick. I think I questioned it a few episodes back. Say, why does Hector Herrera keep taking the left-footed corner kick? He prefers in-swingers, obviously, and he's good with his left foot still. And the in-swingers are good because they're swinging away from the keeper, so the keeper's not going to come out, keep him on his line. He's not going to interfere and steal those balls. Like you hate corner kicks where the keeper comes out and just catches the ball and your guys can't hit it or nothing. So left-footed ins, perfect. Escobar charging in, and the defender that was in front of him was just too little and misjudged it, and straight to Escobar, put it in the friggin' right corner. What a beautiful friggin' header, bro. His third goal of the season. Third goal of the season. Escobar hasn't scored 3 goals in his entire career for any team that he's ever played for, and here he has this year. He's also hurt every year. Wasn't hurt this year, scored 3 goals, moved from right back to left back because Dorsey's just a friggin' champion. What a champion Escobar is. What a friggin' champion Franco Escobar is, bro. I'll let y'all comment on that.
Yeah, and he has that grit, right? He fits, aside
Yes.
from the winner box, he checks Ben Olsen's grit or determination box, right? So when he goes forward, you can kind of feel that oomph, when he's pushing forward. And like you said, it was a good header. I asked them, we tweeted it out this today, which one do you like better, yours or Otamendi's? It was more like a rhetorical question to get him laughing, but good for him, winner. He knows what it feels like to be at this stage, and he firmly believes that why not us, and so does the rest of the team. So definitely good to see.
Well, yeah, and the goals extremely important, obviously, for the scoreline, and just for Houston to go ahead first into the game, because that was still back when Houston and Kansas City were pretty much tried to establish a tempo like in the middle of the game, but that's when also like Kansas City almost got a goal, and this is pretty much like the biggest controversy for the game, being Eric Svechenko's block from the goal line to deny Polito's shot, and it was a little bit hard for me to look at it like in person because I was sitting in the press box. Like even though like the shot happened right in front of me because the press box was like on our side of the field, like it looked like Svechenko's body was like it hit his chest like from where I was standing, but it could have been like a close call, like depending on the replay looked, and it took a little bit for me to like check out the replay in the middle of the game, and for like the best angle I've got, which was like a camera behind the goal, it was like it looked like it hit his arm, but at the same time like it was like pretty close to his shoulder, so it was pretty hard for him to like do much about it, other than try to like tuck in his arm to make it um to make it like less apparent. But obviously in those type of situations, like you're trying to like not have your arm like all the way up to make it obvious, but yeah, like it was a tough call, and I was afraid it's gonna go to VAR, but apparently the referee like at that moment told the players that it hit his chest, and I don't know what was spoken in what to the referee from the booth, but yeah, he didn't check VAR. Like I just know that was what the referee told the players, and from the replay, that's what I've seen the from the potential penalty, which wasn't called. So I'd
Well,
like to hear your opinion on that, because like it apparently it's a controversy now.
well, like you said, uh, referee told the players, told whoever was listening, it hit his chest, and like you saw from the replay, it said it was kind of upper arm, and his arm wasn't extended away from his body like a wing. It was down at his body. There might have been a little space between his leg and his arm, so it's hard to tell. And what's a handball nowadays too? What is a handball? It's always on the referee's discretion, and it was a bang bang situation. Uh, and so VAR determined that it wasn't an obvious error, so that's why they didn't call down to the referee to go look at it on the video and be like, "Hey, check your call." No, we agree with you, bro, like 100%. So that's why I wasn't looked at and reviewed, and it's just crazy because at the moment we're like, "Dang, no way!" Like when it happened, and you were right there, like where your angle was. You didn't get the right angle because of where you're sitting, but I mean, all you probably saw was arm, and like it hit his arm,
Yeah,
and like from other angles, like we're like, "Oh no, 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 no," but at the same time, but let's refer to Ben, because Ben was asked that question after the game about the penalty kick and what his thoughts were on it. So we'll take you to that video. It's a quick answer, and he kind of I love his answer, by the way. I laugh at it, but let's take you to that video real quick.
Ben, I got a two-parter for you. Number one, did you think that was a handball on Eric on the goal line?
I haven't seen it. I don't care. But it's, the handball thing is so, I'm not really sure what a handball is anymore. And it was by his side, I'm assuming, and they said it was part of his body. I'm not sure. Probably one of those they could call or not. And we got I guess, the benefit of the doubt.
So the referee didn't explain the reasoning on the no.
No, and I didn't ask.
And bro, he's correct. Who cares? Who friggin' cares? it was friggin' funny, bro. Like, oh man, but that's one of those. SKC's crying today. They're crying. They've been crying since last night. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. But like Ben said, what is a handball now? What is handling? It is always up to the referee's discretion, and you never know. The definition is just so all over the place, and so in the end, I could just say I'm just glad it wasn't called. I mean, it could have changed the game. Obviously, it would have changed the game. It would have tied the game for sure. Would the final score been in 1-1, and we were forced into extra time? Would it force more attack from the Dynamo? Would it force more attack from SKC? Who knows? So just a crazy moment, bro. I don't know. Y'all saw the video from Ben. Like, he said he didn't care. Like, So, any thoughts, Herman? I know Fox, you kind of spoke on it.
Yeah, no, we all laughed when Ben answered that way. But what stood out to me on that play, I personally think it hit his chest. It's just the angle of the camera shows it hits his side. The problem is there's not a definitive camera angle. It's the problem. But what stood out to me on the play itself is two things. One, the save by Clark. And then two, how quickly, and I mean how quickly, because that was a bang play, how quickly the Dynamo players got in position. So Eric went to goal. I forget who went to press the ball, but it was the chemistry was there. Like, they didn't even have to speak to each other. They just did it automatically, and they were in position to stop that shot. That's what stood out to me on that play. The bang play, no communication needed. They did it in an instant without skipping a beat. Is what stood out to me. And we earned that. We earned that clean sheet last night.
100%.
Which Ben Olsen, yeah, sorry about that. Ben Olsen did say he loves 1-0s.
Oh yeah, he did say that. He did, like, that's a coach's dream. Like, hold on, bro. Like, that's so much stress during a game. I hate 1-0 games. Yes, like that, bro. Like, bro, you're getting older. You're already got white in your hair. Like, bro, you don't need more 1-0 games. I mean, you're on the favorite. Yeah, bro. You and Steve over there getting old with these clean sheets. These 1-0 clean sheets. Man. Yeah, when I heard that too, I laughed too. Like, no, bro. Like, oh no, don't say that. I love 1-0 clean. I love 3-0 clean sheets.
Well, yeah,
go ahead, Fox.
That was pretty much the first half. The second half wasn't much of a different story. Obviously, Kansas City had to make adjustments, and they're pretty much trying to put everyone forward at one point. Obviously, later in the game, but early on, they were trying to get back into the game. And Houston, like, just like was said before, like, they were just holding on to possession. They were doing their own thing. They looked pretty comfortable. Like, obviously, there were a few opportunities for Kansas City to score. Not that many, but there were a few of them that I was kind of afraid of at one point. But Houston did his thing at the end of the day. Like, obviously, they made their own adjustments. I thought they didn't make all the substitutions, which I found pretty, like, great, since Like
let's
he,
not jump ahead too friggin' far because right before halftime, SKC had a real good opportunity where they won the ball on press and they had a 1v1 with Steve had a 1v1 with Steve, but it was kind of like fumbling under his feet. Defender was allowed to catch back up and he was pressured on the shot, and then Steve made the friggin' save, and then we countered back, and Bossy missed a shot, and then Coco barely missed a shot, and that took us into halftime. Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, geez, so many opportunities. I mean, we should have won that game 3-1 technically. So not technically, but fakingly or whatever. Whatever, you know what I mean. But and then, as you say, we went into the second half, and then SKC was pressing. But then at the 60th minute, Baird had a 1v1 opportunity by himself, and he didn't fumble the ball under his feet. But what he did, he took a heavy friggin' touch, and the
Mm-hmm.
keeper did. The head keeper did come out, and he did interfere with the friggin' play, and then just stop Baird from from scoring. And I only bring that play up specifically just because of another play that happened into the game. But we'll get to that play, and then I'll refer back to this one. But yeah, as you were, sir.
oh yeah, the like I said previously, Kansas City were just threatening the second half, but like Houston was trying to keep possession as much as possible, and they look pretty comfortable like throughout this game. Aside from those opportunities that you mentioned, and I was like very happy with the results, like with how the team was structured and how the passing was pretty much flawless, like I said previously. And the other thing I wanted to mention was, and we can probably lead into this one, like into like the main issue or one of the issues that Houston may have to like address into the off season was pretty much just like the finishing, really, because the like Aliyu did come in like in the second half, and he did have a few opportunities. Um, and yeah, like it was one of those things that I was like, okay, Aliyu has to like the bad luck has to stop at one point, and he did get his opportunity, but he didn't bury it, and and yeah,
Well, all right. So you brought it up really quick. Now, all right. So that last what was it? A minute and a half before the end of the game was given a great opportunity 1v1 with the keeper, and he couldn't chip it over the keeper. Keeper made the save, and then I saw somebody on Twitter go like, "Oh, there goes Aliu who couldn't make shit," but Baird would have made that, and that's why I referred back to made sure I made a point of Baird had the same exact opportunity, and Baird foobarred it as well. So there is a lot of pressure. Granted, Aliu has been the truth teller of missing big chances. The stat big chances. Aliyu probably leads the league in missing big chances. But just whoever made that tweet, and if you're listening to the show, bro, Aliyu missed it, but so did Baird. So it doesn't matter if Baird was in that game at that one point or whatever. It doesn't matter if Thor was in there at that point. Liu tried to flick it over the keeper, and the keeper put his arm up and made the save, and it was a great chance. And it's so many of those where like Aliyu just missed it, and it's not just Aliyu's fault. He's probably 50% of his shots Aliyu has missed, but the other 50, the keeper has made great saves, bro. Just made great saves. And let's remind everybody, Aliyu played in Europe. Okay, their off season is the summer. He didn't get an off season. He's been playing straight on 60 plus friggin' games. We only played 40 something games this year for the Dynamo. He's at 60 something straight games in a row. Now, granted, he's been on the bench for us lately, but still, he hasn't had a break, hasn't had off season, hasn't had time to relax, hasn't time to go see his family or whatever. Bro hasn't had the time to take a mental friggin' break and and adjust. So I look for that man to be a beast next season, a beast. Whether it be off the bench, I doubt it'll be in a starting role, depending on what the team looks like. But y'all watch out for Aliu. The man's young and has a lot of potential.
Yeah, we touched this on dynamic, but we have to be patient with Aliyu. Um, I will say about the opportunity that you both are referring to. Personally, I thought he did the right thing. I just
Yes,
think the goalkeeper made a fantastic save. I really
agree.
think it was a reflex save. If he hits it on the ground, it's gonna hit straight to the keeper. So nothing he can do there. But to me, it feels like Aliyu comes in when we're defending, and he's used to be the one counterattacking striker, right? So learn to hold the ball because there's times where the crowd gets excited because he's the one at midfield with the ball. If you can outrun everybody, hold it, pass it, don't lose it type thing. So for me, Aliyu is developing. The chances will continue to come, and hopefully he can bury them. But more importantly, if we want to make it to the final, we can't keep wasting these opportunities. You touched on Baird, but the one that I remember the most is two of them. Is the one that you touched on earlier in the episode, OSG, where it fell to Quiñones' lap inside the box, I believe, um, and didn't take advantage of it. And the one that really resonates in my head is the Coco miss because that was such a nice build-up. Trademark Houston Dynamo. You have one guy on the wide that's wide open. Coco gets set up, has time to set up his shot, and just sends it completely wide to the left. When you're inside the box, you need to put that on target and make the goalkeeper save. I'm encouraged about the amount of opportunities we created, but we need to make these. We need to make these at a higher rate. I understand we're not machines. I understand we're not perfect, but we need to make these at a higher rate to get to the final.
And you know who was to his right about 3 yards away when Coco took that pass? The man himself, Griffin Dorsey. I'm like,
And
let
that's
it
who we're
go,
used to seeing. Yeah,
go.
that's who we're used to seeing score from that angle, right? That's our
Yes.
system, right? Yeah.
He tried to place it instead of bang it in like Dorsey does. Bang it. Dorsey just fucking kills it, and he's just like, make the save, bro, make the save. And uh, yeah, Coco thought about it too much, and you could see from his reaction, he was pulling his own curls out.
Yeah.
Like his fro got bigger. but but also let's remind people, bro, when we got a Liu, Baird was sucking booty hole. Literally, like we were complaining that Baird was the worst striker in the league, couldn't score, wasn't doing anything, providing for us. Aliyu comes in, Aliyu gets the starts, Baird gets on the wing, and then Aliyu's just missing and missing and missing and missing. And then finally Baird starts creating and scoring, and then he gets the striker position, and then he continues to create and to put goals in the back of the net. So Aliyu woke Berdinho up, is how people like to call him now. And so Aliyu's had more to do with the team than people want to give him credit for. They're going to say he sucks and he sucks and he sucks. Well, yeah, you're. I'm not going to talk crap about those fans. You're just look at the bigger picture, bro. Just look at the bigger picture. Aliyu is something special.
And that's what we as a fan base have to understand. That's the way this team is being built. We have a starting 11, but we're also thinking about the future at the same time, and we're developing our next players as we go. That's how
Yeah,
the team is being built by Asher and Pat, and that's what we as fans have to understand and support these guys. They're human, man.
for real, support him.
So yeah, those are good things to consider. And I did bring up Aliyu because I did ask like a question on Twitter, pretty much to see like people's thoughts on that game, and the main one was the fact that there's we like finishing or really just burying the opportunities that we have to do because, like you said, like this late into the playoffs, we have to make as many chances as we can get, and that seemed like that looked like an issue against Kansas City because either like when Quinones was on, like either he was saying the through balls correctly, but like it looked like nobody was at the end of the ball. That or Ali your bear just like missed their opportunities to like to put the game away already, and and the main question like I can ask you guys after that was like, would bringing like a player like that kind of address that those types of things like work out, because I feel like it can also be something that we can just like wait for like players to develop or like try to like sort that out, because like at one point I feel like it can be just like a matter of luck already, but like sometimes like it can just be like a thing of finishing those shots already, or like finding those opportunities to finish the ball, because we have to score as many goals as we can.
Never stop looking for talent and bringing in potential players that can improve this team no matter the situation, no matter who we have. You can have friggin', we'll use Ronaldo because he sucks. You can have Ronaldo on the team, but you got to have somebody to be ready to come in when he hits when he hits the shitter. And when he hits the shitter, there's got to be something to replace him. So, i.e., there's a rumor out. There's a player that the scouting network is touched on with a Brazilian player who actually is having a good season, but someone else is probably outbidding us for him. But it's and like I said earlier, there's also the potential of a fourth DP, which opens up the door, an extra 200K on uh, the pay, whatever the shit. I don't even remember what it's called now. But so there's a lot of room. Don't ever stop, bro. Don't ever stop. And we have a few roster spots open. Vera's coming back on loan, but his contract's over, so we're not resigning him. There's a position open. Obviously, we do have to deal with Sebas. Sebas is going to be a hard one because I guarantee you nobody's going to be interested. If somebody's interested, I don't want. They're smoking. They're smoking something bad. Um, there's so we'll have a couple positions of who's going to stay on the team where the contracts are up. We obviously re-signed Arthur. Uh, are we going to extend players? Are we going to the options? Is Baird returning? That's one as well. What does Baird want to do? Because obviously you don't know. You don't know. Baird may want to move on because he can make more money. Baird may want to stay because he can take what he can take and be on a team where he knows he fits and he wins and he belongs. So it depends on what the player wants to do. Do you want to make 200 extra K more and go take your chances elsewhere? Or do you want to play on a team where you know you fit and you can play well? The team enjoys you, the team loves you, the fan loves you as well, and take the money that you get. I mean, you're already making money, bro. Let's not complain about that. So, the offseason will be very, very, very interesting for Tell. So, to answer to your question, don't stop. Always look. Believe in what the scouting network, the analytics department brings you, and trust the process, as Asher and Pat told us to do. Keep it coming.
No, yeah, and I feel that's
Oh
a good
yeah.
way to
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I need you to say it in Macho Man style now, since you say "oh yeah." Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go, brother.
Yeah, I was about to say that it's a good way to like to like review this game, because like, oh, I guess like the last thing I can mention is like how it ended, like just how like Dorsey managed to get the goal kick at the last minute and hype up the crowd like that. It was insane. And you've probably seen it in the broadcast already, but like it happened literally in front of me, because like the play happened like on our side where the press box is, and like I saw the whole thing happen, and I was speechless. Like I couldn't say anything because I was like in shock for a moment. But that's who Dorsey is. Like
Gotta,
because like
got
this year, man, his year.
Dorsey's been
I'll
the
t-
friggin' the backbone of the team, bro. Steve, Eric, Hector Herrera, but Dorsey's been the voice. He's been the voice since he's been added to the team. So yeah, we all love Dorsey and what he brings to this team. Speaking of, he's one on contract that we friggin' have to re-sign. Don't let that man leave. He earned every dollar that he's about to earn. Herman, go ahead. You were about to speak up.
Just a shameless plug to our listeners. You can catch the clip that Andres is talking about on our Instagram page at Dynamic Foxtrot. At Dynamic Foxtrot. So we captured the moment that Andres is talking about. So just a shameless plug to go watch and follow us on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I was actually going to talk about a clip that you recorded after the game from Eric Svechenko, just how the team feels, because like throughout the season they've been trying to like get the fans back in or trying to hype them up like to where they're at right now, and it definitely worked for them. Obviously, getting the results helped a lot like over the season, but like just how they sound like just sounding that confident when they see the fans like fill out the stadium like last night, and it was just great to see. But like Eric Svechenko had like a lot to say about that here in this clip.
So Herman has what? You asked him. I mean, you asked him a couple questions or 3 questions, but let's focus on 2 of them. And Herman, if you want to, before we go to the clip, if you want to kind of like word for word it or whatever, but I think your second question was something about what motivates the team, and then your third question you asked about the fans. So Herman, if you would please.
Well, I asked them the motivation question because sitting in the press conference last night, Ben Olsen, I could feel this disrespect, and I feel like this is speculation. I feel like he used it as bulletin board material. So I wanted to hear from a team member directly, especially a leader like Eric, what motivates this team. And second,
well, before you go into the second one,
yeah.
Before you go into the second one, what motivates the team, bro? Let's listen to Eric's answer real quick and hear it, because I actually love his answer, and he tells the truth, bro. He tells the truth. So let's go to that clip and listen to it real quick.
My last question, as one of the leaders of this team, Ben talked about it in the press conference, but what motivates this group right now? Is it winning, or is it we're proving people that we need to be respected? We proved it in the Open Cup, we're in the conference finals, and we don't feel the respect from everybody. What motivates this team?
I would first say that if you haven't given us the respect at this point, then you're just not following football.
Agree.
You know, so for me, I don't care about people who's not giving us the respect. I know that we are there. I know we can win. So from my perspective, it's only about one thing, and it's to win the trophy. And we know we can do that. There's still a lot of things to do, a lot of hard work, but I think the guys who knows football needs to talk about this team as being a really, really good team.
At some point, it's inevitable to not talk.
It should be.
It should be.
So it would be nice if people were talking even more about us. But again, we're getting a little bit of passage on the side and do our thing, and
right.
we will be there whenever it's called upon us.
Bro, on point, bro. On point. So as y'all heard, he's telling the truth, bro. He's telling the friggin' truth, Herman. Did you enjoy his answer?
Oh yeah, he's fantastic to talk to. He's a true pro. And the second question that I wanted to ask him was, because leading up to this game, the press conferences throughout the week in Houston Sports Park, asking about the fan base. So I wanted to hear it from him directly. Did you feel that energy? Do the fans really matter? Etc. And he gave it to us straight.
As in this clip, bro, he answers it again. And y'all listen to what the man says. So Fox, take us to the friggin' clip, bro.
And the bonus, how did you like the fans tonight? You feel the support from the field? I feel that energy when Dorsey's ramping up the crowd.
Yes.
How'd you tell me about that energy? How'd you feel the crowd in tonight?
But it's something that we feed off too. That's something that the fans needs to know, that whenever we get that kind of energy back, that's something that can spike us and get us into that critical moments, as there are many in the games. And they were there and they were holding it down as we say.
Yeah.
So I was just I was happy to see that we have that kind of level too. You know, it's been a rough way there in the sense of people not showing up always, but now they're there, and I hope really that we can keep that atmosphere at a very high level.
For sure. Thank you, sir, and best of luck next weekend.
Thank you so much.
It was a blessing that y'all started showing up to the friggin' stadium. That's the way I kind of heard it.
They feed off the energy. The players definitely feed off the
Yes.
energy. Like you mentioned
Yes.
before, Dorsey starts that thing. Andres felt it in the press box. It's the energy that's beautiful. I can't explain it if you're not there, but they need us. We need them. It's a beautiful marriage that we got going on right now. It's a beautiful synergy.
Yes. Synergy Stadium at Shell Energy.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
New hashtag next year, Synergy. No. Synergy at Shell Energy.
I like that.
But yeah, massive win by Houston. We're still hyped by that one. Moving on to the Western Conference Final against LAFC. This is coming Saturday. LAFC is not going to be easy. We swept in the regular season, but Buanga's in form. He's back. And LAFC is not going to hold back. They just came out of a massive win over Seattle to advance to the final. And
It was
This
very
game is
massive
gonna be
for them. Very massive for them because Seattle kicked their butts the entire game. But Seattle couldn't score. Buanga did score, and it was a pretty goal. Like they couldn't stop him. He was dribbling towards the keeper, and it was just him and the keeper. He put it right in the corner. Then they ended up winning 1-0 in Seattle and shut that crowd up. But Seattle was the better team the entire game. So, like you said, this is going to be a different game, a different story. We did sweep them twice, played them back-to-back games, beat them both, 4-0 here, 1-0 there, only 1-0 there. It's going to be the same type of game that it was when it was 1-0 in LA. But this is obviously a different atmosphere, a different story. Conference finals. They were here last year against the sorry-ass, ugly green boogers from the other location here in Texas. Now it's our turn. So can we make a difference in LAFC? And LAFC is going to be – they're going to be loud. They're going to be proud. And there's not going to be a strong contingent of Dynamo fans at the game. I'm hoping there's more than what we expect are going, but it doesn't sound like too many are going. Everybody's saving up and hoping for the final. And then we go to Ohio for the final because the game is in Ohio no matter what. Whoever makes it to the MLS final, no matter what. So it's a different story. And LA ain't no joke. LA ain't no joke. So we're definitely not going in there confident. We're definitely not going in there to where we're going to mess around. But we can play our game and take it to LA and change the story and let the MLS know that we are for real. For those that still do not believe that we are for real, the Dynamo are for real. Are they back? Yeah, I like to say they are. Brand new team. But let's go back to what Ben has said. We've gone a lot further than what was expected from the beginning of the season to now. And that's in Ben's eyes of who the players he was gotten, the tactics that he was going to perform with the team. We're a lot further than what we expected for this team. So we've overperformed or performed better than what expected. So this is a special season, so let's just continue this season. And guys, like Foxtrot said, Saturday night, 8:30. Catch it on Apple. I'm sure it'll be on FS1 as well. The official Dynamo watch party will be at Pitch 25. I'm sure you can go to 100 other bars where there's going to be plenty of the Dynamo games on TV. But if you want to be involved, you want to be there, you want to see Diesel, you want to be around all the fans and where they're focused on the game, go to Pitch 25. Go to Tailgate where EB will be chilling. There's a lot of other places to be. Just go, do something. Don't sit at home and watch it alone. Unless you're me in Austin, where I got nobody to hang out with and watch the game. So me and Foxtrot live too far apart, guys. Before you go, well, no, you freaking south side of Austin. No, I can go to Houston next week and do the watch party, but yeah, that's just kind of let me save it. we'll see. I just did it last night, and that was crazy for myself. But bro, big game, big frigging game, and who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? From 13th, like you posted earlier today, Foxtrot, to 4th in the West, to now the final four, bro. Bring it. H down, hold it down. Oh, yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna get to it, but
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, guys.
There you go.
It's still hyped. Still hyped from last night. Still hyped for this weekend and what's ahead and the future. It's looking so great, man. Like I'm speechless. Like just the progress this team has evolved. I'm It's incredible. But yeah, there's so much here
Herman,
to
final
do. But
comments?
yeah,
Just enjoying the ride, baby. I'm grateful to be recording this late in the year. I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm one of the ones that are saving my money for Ohio. So I'll follow OSG's advice and go to a watch party so I don't watch it alone.
There we
Just
go. There we
enjoying it.
go, baby. So, also, before you end the show, Foxtrot, hey, Herman, real quick, while you're here, since you're here with us tonight, bro, tell us what's going on with Dynamico this weekend, and tell us how we can follow Dynamico on platforms and in Espanol as well.
Yes, sir. So big thanks to Fox for allowing me to bring essentially a Spanish version of Noodle Time, and we call it Dinámico. You can find us on the same channels that you find Foxtrot or Noodle Time, whether that's the YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. So on Twitter, what I do for home games is live tweet the games. And on Instagram, we started doing the stories yesterday. So just follow us on all social media platforms. So if you know anybody that speaks Spanish or wants Dynamo coverage in Spanish, just send them to our channel. Our videos are the baby blue Dinámico videos. So thank you, Fox, for the opportunity, and just a joy to cover the team this year, especially this year. What a turnaround! Just enjoying the ride. Grateful.
And a big
yeah. I
shout
mean,
out
thank
to
you
your
for hopping
partner,
on. Yeah,
Sam. Big shout out to his partner, Sam, as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Samuelito is on vacation. He kind of took advantage of the Thanksgiving holiday, but he gave away his season tickets to a fan so they can be at the stadium this weekend. But yes, Samuel Juarez is my partner in crime when it comes to Dinámico. Good teammate there too.
And also to hype up the rest of us, you have Dynamo Rewind this week from Juan Perea, who is he wrote the article regarding last night's game. That'll be on our Ko-Fi, and it'll be on there soon. So y'all pay attention. If you follow Ko-Fi, you'll see, you'll get the alerts. We got Fox in the Box come out. Sorry, guys, I wrote it. I'm not a writer, but I do my best. So I just bring the news. I just give it to you, a little synopsis of the game. Thank you, sir. I give you a little synopsis of the game, and then I tell you what episode Noodle Time is on, where to get it, what episode Dynamico is on, or Dynamico is on, and where to get it. I tell you where to find Dynamo Rewind. I tell you where to find Fox in the Box. I give you a link to Dynamic Foxtrot. I give you a link to Noodle Tempio. And as a matter of fact, Herman, you just reminded me. I need next time. I have to be next week, obviously, unless Foxtrot is going to add it. I need to add the Instagram for Dynamic Foxtrot, since IG is starting to pop now and get back into the game. So, guys, you know where to follow us. You know where to see us. We're on all platforms. If you're listening to audio, if you want to see the video and you want to see us and you want to see the clips of the Ben Olsen or Eric Shevchenko giving us the information, follow us on YouTube. It's Foxtrot TV. And, bro, I hope to see y'all more. I appreciate the fans that walk up in the tailgate and before the game and during the game and say we love what you're doing, appreciate you. You're him. Yeah, bro, I'm him. That's him too as well. Bro, we enjoy it. We're just out there to do our best and just put it out the content, and we're gonna keep going, bro. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna bring the news when there is news to report. If you don't hear from us, or you got some ideas you want to hear from us, let us know. We're Dynamo, we're Dash, and we're dose. So we bring the noise. Speaking of Dash, Caprice Didasco was lured away by the expansion team, Utah Loyals, which is understood. She wanted to get back West Coast. She's from Hawaii, so understood. She took that offer and she ran with it. Expect, hearing from me, sources say we're very, very, very close to hiring the next Houston Dash head coach. And that's going to be a crucial one. So it's going to be a big one, or it's going to have to be a big one. But you know what? We'll be the judges of that. We'll let you know how we feel. So that episode will come out when it happens. So stay tuned. But right now we're in the Dynamo playoffs. So we'll see how the episodes go from here. Foxtrot, I'll leave it with you, brother.
Yeah, and just a slight correction. Caprice Didasco went to Bay FC, the new team for San Francisco.
That's right.
But
Damn.
I mean, it's all good.
Yeah.
The Utah Royals, they're joining at the same time as Bay FC, so
Yeah.
it's easy to get confused. So, but yeah, there's a lot of work to do for Dash, and still waiting on the news for the head coach. So, and obviously, as always, guys, we do appreciate the support that you gave us. Like even when listening to the episodes, sharing the episodes on social media, like it means a lot to us. And obviously, whenever we see you guys in person, like it definitely means a lot. So we thank you every time, honestly. And that's gonna do it for this one, man. It's a chunky one, even though it's only one game, but it's worth it. Like it's that insane, and it means a lot to us. So, but yeah, guys, we do appreciate you being here and catching up to the next one. Thank you as always, and stay noodle, y'all.
H is up.